The mystery of the missing toy. Once upon a time, there lived a curious boy named Mio in a small village. Mio loved to play detective and was always looking for something with a magnifying glass and a notebook. He was famous among the village children as Detective Mio, and they all relied on Mio when they were in trouble. One fine day, a fun festival was to be held in the village park. The park was filled with colorful stalls, games, and delicious food. Mio and her friend Mai were looking forward to the festival. Mio and Mai arrived at the park as the festival began. Mai had her favorite blue teddy bear. The teddy bear was made specially for her by Mai's grandfather and was very important to her. Mio also knew the teddy bear very well. "Mio, look! Isn't this teddy bear really cute?" Mai said happily, showing it to them. "Yes, it's very cute. But be careful when you play with it," Mio said with a smile. After that, Mio and Mai enjoyed the festival. They were having a good time playing games and eating cotton candy. After a while, Mai suddenly noticed that her blue teddy bear was gone. "Mio, my teddy bear is gone," Mai said in a panic. It was just sitting next to the swing, but it suddenly disappeared. "That's terrible. Let's look for it right away," Mio said. "Where did you last see it?" "It was sitting near the swing." "Maybe someone took it," Mai said. Mio immediately began to investigate the area around the swing. There was a pile of sand under the swing, and there were traces of someone walking. Mio looked closely at the traces and found some footprints. However, the footprints seemed a little strange. These footprints are a little different from normal footprints. Maybe there's something special about them, Mio thought. Let's follow the footprints. Mio and Mai followed the footprints around the park. The footprints passed through the sandbox, under the slide, and eventually ended in front of a big tree at the edge of the park. Mio looked around the tree, but couldn't find the stuffed animal. "It looks like the footprints end here. But I'm not giving up yet," Mio said. "There might be some other clues." Then, from the top of the tree, they heard a cat meowing, meow, meow. Mio and Mai looked up and saw a black cat on a tree branch. The cat was staring at Mio. "Maybe this cat is a clue," Mio said. Mio climbed the tree and approached the cat. Then, she found a blue teddy bear lying next to the cat. "I found it! It's Mai's teddy bear," Mio cried. Mio got the stuffed animal back, climbed down from the tree, and handed it to Mai. "Thank you, Mio," said Mai with great joy. "But why was the teddy bear on the tree?" "Well, something strange happened," said Mio. "It seems that the cat was playing with a toy. Maybe the cat picked up the teddy bear on the tree while playing. But why did the cat put the teddy bear on the tree?" Mai wondered. I don't know yet, but maybe the cat was looking for something. Maybe it was looking for another teddy bear, Mio guessed. If you find anything else, please let me know. Mio and Mai returned to the park and resumed playing. There were many other friends playing there. Mio was thinking about the cat she found while playing detective. She was still a little curious about why the cat put the teddy bear on the tree. That evening, Mio went home and was chatting with her mother. Something interesting happened today, Mio said. Mai's toy disappeared, and I found it while playing detective. That's amazing! How did you find it? Her mother asked curiously. There was a cat on the tree, and the cat had a stuffed animal. I think the cat was probably playing, but I still don't know why it did that, Mio explained. Her mother said with a smile, maybe the cat was playing on the tree. But the important thing is that you found Mai's stuffed animal safely. After that, Mio thought about the cat as she got ready for bed. She couldn't help but wonder why the cat had taken the stuffed animal up the tree. The next day, Mio found the cat in the park and decided to tell the story again. The next morning, Mio went to the park and looked for the cat. There were several places in the park where she knew the cat was. Mio went around several of those places and finally found the black cat sleeping peacefully under a tree. Hello. Thank you for yesterday. I'd be happy if you could tell me why you were holding the teddy bear, Mio said. The cat opened its eyes and meowed with a smile. Then, it took out a small ribbon from the tree branch. It was the same ribbon that Mai treasured. This is the ribbon. Why do you have it? Mio asked the cat. Then, the cat pointed up the tree while holding the ribbon. I see, the cat was looking for the ribbon. Maybe it wanted to play with the ribbon and the stuffed animal together, Mio understood. But I want to ask the cat why it was looking for the ribbon. Mio gently called out to the cat. I want to know why you were looking for the ribbon. Why is the ribbon important? The cat meowed and headed for a small hole under the tree. When Mio looked into the hole, there was an old small box hidden there. The cat picked up the box and showed it to Mio. When she opened the box, there was a ribbon inside along with many old toys. This is a collection of old toys. Mio was surprised. In this box, there are many toys that you used to play with. The cat looked at each toy in the box, meowing meow. It seemed that the cat wanted to find the toy that he once treasured. This ribbon was a particularly important toy among your old toys, Mio said. I think you were looking for it because you wanted to get back your memories. Mio arranged the toys in the box and gently handed the ribbon to the cat. Now you have your ribbon back, and you can play with your toys again. The cat meowed meow with gratitude and carefully put the box away. After that, Mio and the cat became friends, and Mio was able to play with the cat in the park. When they returned to the park, Mai and her friends were waiting for them. Mio said to Mai, "I'm glad you found your toy. But actually, there's a more interesting story." Mio explained the story of the cat and the toy box. Mai was touched by the story and said, "Thank you so much, Mio. I'm glad I found out why the cat was looking for the ribbon and the toy." After that, Mio and Mai had fun together at the park. Mio spent her days playing detective and bringing smiles to the faces of the people in the village. She also became good friends with the cat, and they could sometimes play together in the park. The people of the village loved Mio's detective play and looked forward to his adventures. Mio brought joy to many people through his detective play and became a treasure of the village. The end. Friends in the forest. Once upon a time, in a mysterious forest, many animals lived together in harmony. One day, Lily the raccoon, Mimi the rabbit, and Cameo the turtle were gathered near a big pond in the center of the forest. "Hey, let's all do something fun," Lily suggested. "Great! But what should we do?" Mimi asked. "Yes, let's play hide and seek," Cameo said. Everyone agreed, and they decided to start playing hide and seek. Lily became the ogress and started counting. 1, 2, 3. Mimi hid in a small bush, and Cameo hid behind a stone near the pond. However, when Lily shouted 10, a loud noise was heard from the direction of the pond. When Lily ran towards the sound, Cameo had fallen into the pond. Lily and Mimi rushed to save Cameo, but Cameo laughed and said, "Don't worry, everyone. I'm a turtle, so I can swim." Everyone was relieved, but the next moment, Cameo came out of the pond and was soaking wet. Lily and Mimi burst out laughing when they saw that. "Cameo, you're so wet. You're like a water fairy," Mimi said, laughing. At that moment, a sudden sense of unease spread through the forest. A large shadow was seen passing through the trees. It was Rogue, the wolf that the animals in this forest fear the most. "Everyone, it's bad. Rogue is approaching," Lily cried. Mimi quickly looked for a hiding place, and Cameo quickly ran to a safe place. Lily looked around to see where Rogue was to protect her friends. Rogue was looking around the forest with sharp eyes, searching for animals. Lily hid in the shade of a tree and waited for Rogue to pass by. "If we hide here, we'll be fine," Lily muttered to herself. But then she heard Rogue's footsteps approaching. Lily made a split-second decision and climbed up a tree to escape Rogue's sight. Rogue continued to search the forest, but the animals were hiding well. Lily watched Rogue's movements from the top of the tree and confirmed that Mimi and Cameo were safe. After a while, Rogue gave up and left the forest. Lily got down from the tree and ran over to Mimi and Cameo. "Are you all okay?" Lily asked worriedly. "Yeah, we're all safe," Mimi replied. "Thank you, Lily. Thanks to you, we were able to hide safely," Cameo said with gratitude. Lily felt relieved and said, "That's good. Let's all work together to protect the forest from now on." After that, the animals decided to patrol together to ensure the safety of the forest. In addition to Lily, Mimi, and Cameo, Scarlet the squirrel, Olga the owl, and Mog the mole joined the group. One night, while Lily was on patrol, she saw a faint light coming from deep in the forest. Lily approached quietly and found a secret meeting place with a small light. There, Theo the fox, a wise man of the forest, was teaching the young animals about the history of the forest and the wisdom of life. Theo noticed Lily and invited her. "Hey, Lily. Would you like to come and listen to a story with us?" Lily gladly joined the meeting and listened to Theo's story. Theo told how the forest once became what it is today and how the animals lived together. The story was so interesting that Lily was so engrossed that she lost track of time. After the meeting, Lily expressed her gratitude to Theo and vowed to continue to do her best to protect the forest. Theo smiled at Lily's determination and said, "As long as you young generation are here, the forest will surely be peaceful." Lily left the meeting place and told her friends about the meeting. Mimi and Cameo also decided to attend the next meeting. By listening to Theo's story, the animals loved the forest even more and wanted to protect it. A few days later, Lily, Mimi, Cameo, Scarlet, Olga, and Mog gathered together and came up with a new plan to ensure the safety of the forest. They were to set up a lookout at the entrance to the forest and patrol regularly. This way, even if Rogue comes, we can notice it immediately and take measures, said Lily. Everyone agreed and started watching immediately. Lily and Olga were in charge of the first lookout, standing at the entrance to the forest. As night fell, the moonlight shone into the quiet forest, and the animals were resting in their dens and on the trees. Suddenly, they heard the cries of Rogue from afar. Lily and Olga were nervous and looked around. Rogue was about to enter the forest again. "We have to wake everyone up," Lily said. Olga quickly flew into the sky and warned the animals. Lily, meanwhile, was watching Rogue's movements and thinking of a countermeasure. Mimi, Cameo, Scarlet, and Mog quickly gathered together. Lily told everyone her plan and shouted, "Everyone, find a place to hide. Rogue is approaching." The animals quickly searched for a hiding place, and Lily was the last to move to a safe place. Rogue was searching the forest with her sharp eyes, trying to find the animals. Mimi hid in the bushes, Cameo hid in the shadow of a rock by the pond. Scarlet climbed up a tree, and Mog dug a hole in the ground to hide. Lily hid behind a big tree and watched Rogue's movements. Rogue walked around the forest, sniffing her nose. Lily held her breath and waited for Rogue to pass by. However, Rogue continued to search for animals stubbornly. "What should I do? Rogue won't give up," Lily muttered to herself. At that moment, Lily suddenly remembered Theo's story. She thought that if she could use the wisdom of the forest that Theo had taught her, she might be able to drive Rogue away. Lily quietly moved deeper into the forest and found a special herb leaf. Theo had once said, "This leaf has a strong scent that keeps wolves away." Lily picked up the leaf and carefully scattered it around Rogue. Rogue sniffed and was surprised by the strong scent. "What is this smell? I've never smelled anything like it before." Rogue shook his nose in disgust, and after a while, unable to bear the strong scent, he left the forest. Lily took a breath and sent a signal to her friends who were hiding. "Everyone is safe now. It seems the rogues have gone away." Mimi, Cameo, Scarlet, Mog, and Olga gathered around Lily. "Lily, that's amazing! How did you get rid of the rogues?" Mimi asked in surprise. Lily smiled and explained, "I remembered Theo's teachings and used a special herb leaf. The strong scent of this leaf kept the rogues away." "That's thanks to Theo's wisdom," Cameo said in admiration and suggested, "Let's continue to participate in Theo's gatherings and learn more wisdom." All the animals agreed with the suggestion. They felt that it was important to continue learning Theo's wisdom in order to keep the forest safe. After that, the animals continued their patrols again and worked together to keep the peace in the forest. Lily, Mimi, Cameo, Scarlet, Olga, and Mog became even more united as the guardians of the forest. One day, the animals decided to have a big party to celebrate their hard work. All the friends in the forest gathered and enjoyed a delicious feast. Lily felt truly happy to see everyone smiling. That night, in a corner deep in the forest, Rogue was quietly watching the scene. Unlike his previous scary image, he began to open up little by little as he saw the animals living peacefully. Lily suddenly noticed Rogue. "Rogue, what's wrong?" she asked. Rogue was silent for a while, but quietly replied, "Seeing you all getting along so well made me want to change too. I want to be friends with everyone, too." Lily was surprised, but smiled gently. "If that's the case, please come to the party with us. I'm sure everyone will welcome you." Rogue was a little nervous, but he joined the party. At first, everyone was confused, but when Lily introduced Rogue, a warm atmosphere gradually spread. "Welcome, Rogue," Mimi greeted with a smile. Cameo also said, "Let's get along well from now on." Rogue expressed his heartfelt gratitude by saying, "Thank you. From now on, I want to spend time together as a friend of the forest." That night, the animals and Rogue had a fun time. Gradually, Rogue also relaxed and was able to laugh with his friends. Lily was truly happy to have made new friends while protecting the peace of the forest. "Friends are really important," Lily said with emotion. "Yes, because you are all here, the forest is a safe and fun place," Mimi replied. Cameo also said with gratitude, "Let's always be friends and protect the forest." That night, the animals went to sleep under the stars. With Theo's teachings in their hearts, they renewed their determination to love and protect the forest even more. The friendly animals of the mysterious forest will continue to live happily ever after, looking forward to new adventures and challenges. The end. What do the goldfish do at night? A small house in a quiet corner of a town. In one corner of the living room, there is a beautiful aquarium. Colorful goldfish swim leisurely in it. Akane the red goldfish, Yuki the white goldfish, and Kuro the black goldfish. These goldfish were recently kept by this family. All the goldfish are curious and love adventure, and at night they go on a special adventure. At night, when everyone goes to sleep and the house is quiet, the goldfish's adventure begins. First, Akane pops her head out of the water and calls out in a small voice, "Everyone, it's time to go." Yuki and Kuro soon appear on the water as well. They have a special magic that allows them to get out of the aquarium and move around freely. First, the goldfish head to the dolls on the shelf in the living room. Yuki picks up a ballerina doll and says happily, "Let's have a ballet lesson today." Akane picked up a prince doll, and Kuro picked up a magician doll. Then the goldfish started dancing with the dolls in the living room. The carpet in the living room looked like a stage. They continued to dance happily, taking ballet steps. Tired from dancing, the goldfish headed to the bathroom next. There was a large bath in the bathroom, and the water surface was as calm as a mirror. Akane jumped in first, and then Yuki and Kuro jumped in. "Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen such a large bath," Yuki said excitedly. In the bath, the goldfish swam around freely, as if they were in a wide ocean. The sound of the bubbles popping and the water flowing was pleasant to the goldfish's ears. After getting out of the bath, the goldfish headed to the kitchen. There was a small lamp in the kitchen, and the goldfish moved around relying on its light. When Akane opened the refrigerator, she found a bottle of cold juice. "Let's try this," Akane said. Yuki and Kuro also opened the bottle and drank the juice happily. The sweet taste of the juice filled the hearts of the goldfish. After that, the goldfish headed to the dining room. There was a big cake on the table in the dining room. "Is this a birthday cake?" Kuro asked curiously. Akane said, "I'm sure it is." "Let's try it." The goldfish approached the cake and tasted it one bite at a time. The sweetness of the cake and the smoothness of the cream made them feel even happier. Next, the goldfish went through the hallway to the room where the toys were kept. There were many different toys in the room. Akane found a toy car and said, "Let's try riding this." Yuki and Kuro also found toys and started playing with them. Yuki played with a stuffed animal, and Kuro started building a tall tower with building blocks. Suddenly, Kuro shouted, "Everyone, look! My tower is about to fall down." The goldfish rushed to Kuro, but the tower collapsed. The sound echoed around, and their sleeping mother came to the room, asking, "What was that sound?" "Everyone, hide!" Akane whispered, and Kuro hid in the pile of stuffed animals, Yuki behind the curtains, and Akane in the shadow of the bookshelf. When their mother came into the room, the goldfish held their breath. "It looks like there's nothing here," she said as she left the room, and the goldfish breathed a sigh of relief. "That was close," said Kuro, and everyone laughed with relief. Next, they decided to go out to the garden. There was a small pond in the garden. Akane said, "Let's swim here," and Yuki and Kuro jumped into the pond. The pond was cool and refreshing, and the goldfish swam around happily. While they were swimming in the pond, Akane suddenly cried out, "What? Something's in the pond!" Yuki and Kuro were also surprised and looked around, but found nothing. "Maybe it's just our imagination," Kuro said, and everyone felt relieved and started swimming again. However, in fact, a small frog was hiding in the pond and was watching the goldfish with interest. At that moment, a large shadow slowly approached from the depths of the pond. It was the owner of the pond, a large carp named Gon. Gon was the only one who knew the family's secret and was also a reliable friend to the goldfish. "Good evening, Gon-san." Akane greeted cheerfully, and Gon shook his head slowly in response. "Tonight looks like fun too. I can't wait to see you all playing here," Gon said with a smile. Yuki asked, "Gon-san, tell me about this family." Gon thought for a moment and then began to speak. "This family is very close, and they spend every day smiling. Dad is a hard worker, and Mom is a great cook. The two children are full of energy, and they find new adventures every day." Listening to Gon's story, the goldfish felt heartwarming. "By the way, this family also has a dog," Gon continued. "The dog's name is Pochi. Pochi is very smart, and he protects everyone in the family. Because of him, this house is always safe." Listening to Gon's story, the goldfish became even more interested. "Hey, Gon. I want to meet Pochi," Akane said. Gon smiled and said, "Okay, then I'll take you to Pochi's place." Led by Gon, the goldfish headed to the doghouse at the edge of the garden. Pochi was already asleep, but woke up when he noticed the goldfish's visit. "Good evening, Pochi," Akane greeted, and Pochi wagged his tail happily. "Oh, are you all enjoying your nighttime adventures?" Pochi asked gently. Yuki replied, "Yes. We go to different places every night to play." "Pochi, can you tell me about this family?" Kuro asked. Pochi thought for a moment and replied, "Of course. This family is very nice. Dad goes to work every day, and Mom does the housework at home. The children go to school and learn something new every day." Hearing Pochi's story, the goldfish liked this family even more. "It's because of Pochi that we're all living happily in this house," Yuki said. Pochi laughed shyly and replied, No, this house is happy because we're all together." The goldfish forgot about the time and spent a fun time with Pochi. However, as dawn approached, they had to return to their original tank. When Akane said, "It's almost morning, let's all go back," Yuki and Kuro returned to the tank. And they began to swim as usual. When the people in the house woke up in the morning, the goldfish were swimming quietly in the tank as if nothing had happened. No one knew what adventure the goldfish had had during the night. They once again spent the peaceful days of the day. The goldfish continued to wait quietly until the next night came. And with each new night, a new adventure awaits. Good night. May a new adventure begin again tomorrow night. The end. Sweet's Great Night Adventure. One night in the land of sweets, sweet candies, crunchy cookies, fluffy marshmallows, chocolates, and colorful drops were relaxing after a day's work. In the land of sweets, fun sweets live, and they are all very good friends and love to spend time together. Three particularly good friends, Kana the Candy, Cookie the Cookie, and Marshmallow Mashu, made plans to enjoy a special time every night. One night, when Kana looked up outside the window, the moon was shining beautifully. "Wow, the moon is really beautiful tonight," Kana exclaimed in admiration. "I want to have a party under the moon tonight. What do you think?" Cookie the Cookie stretched out her crispy body and said, "That's a great idea. But how do we get to the moon?" with a little worry. She thought it would be quite difficult to get to the moon. Marshmallow Mash floated lightly and answered enthusiastically, "Don't worry. With our flying power, we can easily go to the moon. Let's get ready together." Cookie and Kana felt reassured by Masha's confidence. The sweets excitedly started preparing. Cookie baked a big cake decorated with special cream and made many small cookies. Marshmallow Mash brought lots of sweet marshmallows, and Candy Kana prepared colorful balloons with her candy magic. The sweets used their respective skills to prepare for a fun night. When the balloon was finished, Kana floated up into the sky with her friends on board. "Now, let's head to the moon," said Kana, and Cookie and Mash got on the balloon together. The stars sparkled in the night sky, and soft light illuminated them. While flying in the sky, Kana pointed at the clouds in the sky and said, "Look, it's a shooting star." Cookie and Masha's eyes also lit up. Above the clouds of various shapes looked like sweets, and sometimes Cookie felt ticklish on the clouds, and Mash laughed. As the balloons continued to fly in the sky, Kana used her candy magic to make colorful candies float in the night sky. The candies shone like constellations in the night sky, entertaining the sweets flying in the sky. Cookie's Cookie touched the candies as they floated and enjoyed the colorful lights. Marshmallow's Mash smiled happily as she watched the candies swaying in the night breeze as they flew up. When they arrived at the moon was waiting for them with a smile. "Hello, sweets. Welcome to the moon," the moon said. "Let's make tonight a special night." A table of rainbow-colored sweets was prepared on the moon. Various kinds of sweets were lined up on the table, and the stars were also enjoying the celebration. The surface of the moon was shining like chocolate, and the sweets were moved by its beauty. The moon explained, "The light of this moon is gentle and warm, just like the sweets." When the moon said, "Now, let's start the fun party," Cookie cut the cake she made, and Marshmallow Mash served fluffy marshmallows. Kana used her candy magic to make colorful candies float in the air and enjoy their deliciousness. The moonlight made the candies shine even more, and the sweet spirits rose even more. After that, the moon and the sweets played a fun game. The moon said, "Let's have a moon dance party," and everyone started dancing happily on the surface of the moon. Cookie used her crispy body to dance lightly, and Marshmallow Mash danced softly and hopping around. Kana also enjoyed drawing beautiful patterns with the light of the candies. After the dance party, we played hide and seek on the moon in the crater of the moon. The moon and the sweets hid and found each other in the crater of the moon. The moon said, "Now let's explore the moon forest," and everyone headed to the moon forest. In the moon forest, flowers that emitted a fantastic light were blooming, and their light shone like sweets. The moon and the sweets were moved by the beauty and had a fun time. While exploring the moon forest, at one point, they heard beautiful music. It was fantastic music played by the moon spirits. The moon and the sweets gathered at the moon square as if invited by the music. The moon spirits played their instruments and performed a dance in the light. Cookie, Mash, and Kana were also completely enchanted by the beautiful music and dance. In the Moon Plaza, the sweets and the moon danced together to the music and had a great time. Cookie used her special skills to dance to the crispy rhythm, and Marshmallow the Mash soared up with the moon spirits with her fluffy movements. Kana also had a great time drawing beautiful patterns in the night sky with her candy magic. After the dance and music, the moon suggested, "Let's relax at the moon fountain next." The moon fountain has water that emits a pure light, and touching the water can relax both the mind and body. The sweets relaxed by the spring and spent a comfortable time surrounded by the moonlight. After their time at the moon fountain, the moon suggested, "Let's play a game of flying around the moon's sky one last time." The sweets continued their fun adventure, flying around the moon's sky. As they flew around, they found the moon's mountains and the moon's sea, and met the fantastic creatures that lived there. All the creatures that the moon introduced to them were similar to their friends in the land of sweets, and they all had a great time. As the night drew on, the moon said, "It's almost time to go home. But don't forget about tonight, and come visit us again." The sweets said goodbye to the moon with a reluctant look on their faces, and got on their balloons to prepare to return to Earth. The balloons flew in the sky, illuminated by the moonlight, and the stars watched over them as they returned. Returning to Earth, the sweets felt a pleasant tiredness as they talked to each other about the fun adventures of the day. When they got home, they went to their respective beds and fell into a deep sleep. Even in their dreams, their fun adventures on the moon continued, and they were filled with happiness. The memories of the moonlit night will continue to shine in the sweets' hearts. And after that, as letters from the moon arrived and the stars continued to cheer them on, the sweets had fun dreams every night, looking forward to new adventures. The friendship between the moon and the sweets will continue to shine forever like the moonlight. From time to time, the moon would look up at the night sky on Earth and smile quietly as she imagined what happy dreams the sweets were having there. Enveloped in the moonlight, the sweets dreamed of new adventures every night and were filled with happiness. The fun times under the moon will continue forever, and with each passing night, happy dreams will spread, leaving wonderful memories in the sweets' hearts. The story of the moon and the sweets will continue forever with the light of the stars. Good night. May you have happy dreams, and may another wonderful day await you tomorrow. The end. Let's end today's story here. Have a good rest and have sweet dreams. Good night.